I'm Josh with Waupaca Community Media. We're back again with Aaron Jensen from the city of Waupaca and Ron Sorry from the school district of Waupaca. Hello, guys.
Hey, Josh.
The first thing we're going to talk about is a unique upcoming event that is acting as a fundraiser for the Chain Exploration Center. Adventure Outfitters is instrumental to the event called Floatilla. So tell us about that, Ron.
Yeah, it is the big Flotilla, Josh. It's the CEC is trying to raise some money to put some kayak docks launch. I don't know if you know what those are. If you ever drive by Shadow Lake at the dock there, you'll see a kayak dock launch, and it allows an individual to get into a kayak or get out of a kayak very easily. It makes for a smooth entry or exit from the body of water. So it's a fundraiser for that, but it's interesting, Josh, because all the proceeds will be matched by the Hatherley Family Foundation. So everything that is raised is going to be matched by them, and for sure, hopefully, we'll be able to meet the needs that the CEC has for that kayak dock. There's 26 sponsors for the event. And if anybody's interested, it takes place on the Chain of Lakes on Saturday, June 3rd. So it's still a ways away, but it'll give you a chance to get signed up for this neat activity. It'll begin on Taylor Lake over by where Adventure Outfitters and the Clearwater Harbor are on the lake there. That's where everybody will be located. And on the 3rd of June, you check in at about 7:30. That's when that begins. And then the flotilla will start at 8:30. And it's going to be a really neat thing. I'm very excited for this. It's an opportunity for people who like to paddle, kayak, or even a canoe and have a little adventure. It's not a race. It's not going to be some kind of speed race. There are going to be 6 different checkpoints, and I think that they're going to be pontoon boats. And students from the CEC will be manning these pontoon boats. And I believe, if I'm understanding it correctly, they're going to have different questions, almost like trivia type of questions. And each person in their kayak that comes up is going to be asked those questions. And then you get to earn tickets of some sort, points or tickets. Maybe if you get them right, you get a certain number of points or tickets. And then the total at the end, you'll be able to earn and win prizes. And I'm certain with 26 sponsors, there will be some neat and fun prizes for people that participate in it. But we're really looking forward to it. We have 30 people so far that have signed up, and it'll just be a fun time for people to get together. It's family friendly. Take your kids and just paddle away and try your best to answer the questions and have fun.
So the real question is, will we finally have some spring, summer-like weather by then?
I'm going to go out on a limb and say, yeah, we will. We will.
Very cool. Sounds like a
As
neat event.
as long as you don't tip over, Josh, just try not to tip over and get too wet. That's my biggest problem when I'm kayaking.
Sounds like a neat event, and it looks like you can get registered on Adventure Outfitters website for that, or get all the details as well.
Yep.
We'll jump over to Aaron. People who are over near the Hobbicorn Field area of the city have noticed in the past couple days some work starting over there.
Yeah, dirt has started to be moved, starting to strip the topsoil off and push that prep for the new building, the new public works facility. We do have a official groundbreaking later this month, but the ground has in fact already been broken. So if you're over in that area, I'm sure you've noticed it already, and if you're driving by, that's what's happening, if you're wondering. So it's an exciting project for us, as we've talked about on past Wednesdays. One of the larger projects that we've taken on as a city from a capital infrastructure standpoint, but it's been in the conversations for 20 plus years. Glad to be moving forward with it, and excited to move in sometime in 2024. So it'll be going on all summer, rest of this year, 2023, and hopefully get our guys in there in 2024.
Very good. As we talk spring, even though it's not always feeling like it lately, a lot of high school sports, spring seasons going on, track and trap and baseball and softball. I know you had a couple comments you want to share about how the athletes are doing.
Yeah, I wanted to give a little update because I really haven't yet on our Wednesdays had an opportunity to talk a lot about our spring sports, but they are going. We had some struggles with some cancellations early in the season with some of our teams. The girls soccer, it's a young team this year. They started the year off with 6 wins, 2 losses, and 1 tie. And it included a 3-1 win over St. Mary's Catholic, a team that they lost last season, 5-0. So it shows the growth that these young ladies have had. After this past weekend's tournament, that we had a tournament, they have 7 wins, which matches their total wins from a year ago. And we're only halfway through the season so far, so they're pretty pumped about that. The team is hosting a tournament on Saturday, May 13th, coming up in a couple of Saturdays. They're looking forward to it because it's going to be an 8-team tournament, so that's pretty cool. Baseball, they started out struggling a little this year, but now they've won 3 straight games. They've had so many canceled games due to the weather and the rain and the wetness. But last week, we're pretty excited. Henry Williams, he's a junior. He had a walk-off home run against Luxembourg Casco. That was really neat. And they play Thursday this week at Lakeman Field in a doubleheader versus Little Chute starting at 4 o'clock. So that'll be a fun event for individuals that love baseball to go to and watch the boys play at Lakeman Field. Our softball team, this year we have some very good young talent, and the team started out strong. The team won 6 of their last 8 games, and I'm told that the girls are really gelling together good. They sing in the dugout, and they're doing chants, cheering for each other, and they took it upon themselves. They play walk-up music as the girls are going up to bat for each other. So it's exciting. It's fun. If people get a chance, please come on out and watch some of the home games. They've packed schedule to finish the year, but the last home game is next week, Tuesday, May 9th, here at Comet Field. And the track and field, they just had a game, a meet, I should say, yesterday. They have another one coming up on Thursday. They've grown in numbers from last year. Our track team has, and I don't know, it could be due to the fact that Coach Brian Fry, for 2 years now, he's been working as a coach on our track team. You know, he's the coach of our chess club, and that team has so many students participating. He's very charismatic, and I think he's kind of encouraged a lot of football players and other students to get involved in track, and that's good. I was there last night, and I saw our football varsity coach, Coach Bennett. He was there volunteering and just helping out. So it's a team effort, but our athletes performed very well. The 4x400 team with Nate Lemko, Xavier Pittman, Philip Macias, and Riley Waller, they won 3 minutes and 39 seconds. They took first place, and it's quite the team. Speaking of Philip Macias, he's a senior. He won the 400 last night, 55.32 seconds. That's pretty good, being less than a minute. And Owen Lenke, we're so proud of Owen. He's a sophomore. He does great with our cross country. He won the 1600 meter under 5 minutes, 4 minutes, 58 seconds. And he won by 16 seconds. So he did very well. Took second place in the other 2 events. I think it was the 3200 meter. He was leading the whole time, and at the last lap, another student placed in front of him, and he took second also in the 800 meters. So Owen had a very good evening last night. The boys team also won the 4x100, and I think I said the 4x400. And then Camille Birdie Shaw, she's a freshman. She won the 100 meter for the girls team with 13.25 seconds. And then finally, Josh, the trap team. I've got some kids on the trap team as well, and they're called the Comet Clay Crushers, and the varsity was victorious Monday night. They beat Laconia 218, out of 250 skeets, clay pigeons that flew, they shot 218. Laconia shot 210, and they're a very competitive team. That was at their shooting range. Matt the Bobbin, he led the Comet Clay Crushers with 46 out of 50. Caleb Gaffernab had 44 out of 50. Caden Plum, who's only a sophomore, 43 out of 50. Jaden Krager, 43 out of 50. And Andrew Lehman followed with 42 out of 50. And they'll be shooting again at home Monday, coming up next week, Monday, against North Fond du Lac. And they had on Saturday, this past Saturday, the trap team had a fundraiser. They raised over $3,100 from combined bucket raffles. The lunch stand donated dollars. A local business person donated $100, and a member of the conservation club, he won some money and gave it back to the kids for the team. So I just want to give a special thanks for the Waupaca Conservation League, because they hosted the event. The members were helping score and run it. And a very big special thanks to John Woodliff for his organization and leadership to put this event on for our students.
That's a comprehensive update, but lots of good stories in there. It's good to hear student athletes doing so well.
Yeah, it's exciting. Thanks, Josh.
And we'll keep the theme of spring going. A Brainard Bridge Park workday coming up a little bit later in May.
Yeah, I believe it's Saturday, May 20th, but I'm going to double check.
I'd confirm, but my calendar's still on April.
All right, yes, 9 a.m. Brainard's Bridge, Saturday, May 20th. And this is actually bringing it back. They haven't had a workday like this in a few years. I think it probably slowed down during COVID and then other things came up. And actually, I was just on the trail. Man, if you haven't been on those trails near Brainard's Bridge, it's beautiful. They're short little segments, but they connect into the Woodland Estates neighborhood, and they also connect into the Swan Park trails, and that have several miles of trails you can hike on. And it's funny, I was just on there on Sunday, and I said, "Oh, this needs a little wood chips." And then we got an update that they're having a work day on that section, so they're on top of things. And it's hopefully it's good weather, and it's fun. I've done those before. Really, it's just they need all hands on deck to get wheelbarrows going, pitchforks, and just spread some wood chips along the trail.
Very good. And then we want to close out a recap of a couple recent events. The first one's the drug take-back day that was held. That was pretty successful.
Yeah, I think they said it was one of their most successful days ever. After actually, I think the last one, which was maybe one of their least that they've taken in. So it was good to see that rebound.
Evened out.
Yeah, absolutely. I think their last one they might have been around 40 pounds. This one they were at 71.8 pounds that they took in. So that was really good to hear. And then also, Josh, another event. Since we're counting in pounds, why don't you tell them about your success of the electronic recycling event?
So the electronics recycling event, which was held the day before the drug take back, was just shy of 18,000 pounds. And we've done 15 events over 12 years, totaling 357,000 pounds.
Wow.
That's a lot of stuff. Sorry, how many years?
12 years, we've done 15 events and 357,000 pounds total.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's a popular event.
That's all stuff not going into the landfill, so that's a lot. And same thing with the drugs, that many pounds not going into the water or the trash.
Yeah, absolutely. No, they're great initiatives, and it's awesome to see so many people utilizing it. It's great.
Yep. Ron, Aaron, appreciate the time to get everyone up to date. Lots of cool things going on. We will talk again soon.
Oh, take care.
Thanks, Josh.